G'day guys, it's Stuart here from Landbased Tackle and I've got some exciting news for you. Guess who's back? Dougie!
Stewie! Hi guys, how you going? We've got a fishing report for you today.
We do.
For tomorrow. First,
That's
second,
right.
third of March.
Yep.
Jesus, this month seems to be very short. Actually, it's longer than normal.
Yeah, it's very short because you've been here for one day, mate. That's why it's short. Anyway.
Okay. Anyhow, Stu, well done. Good job while I was away, mate, and you kept all the crowd happy. And I'm quite sure Stu did a great job. Well, actually, I know he did a great job.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, what, you didn't even watch the report? That's all right, mate.
Oh.
I probably wouldn't have either. But that's all right.
The best thing that happened when I was away, Stu, was the fish actually got to live a bit longer because I wasn't on the water. Okay.
I got nothing to say.
Okay, so guys, I actually got back yesterday, went out this morning because I had very shaky hands for not being fishing for so long, and we went out chasing mackerel, Stew, but they didn't bite today. So if anyone who got mackerel today, you did well. I know there's a couple odd one caught, maybe spotty, but Spanish, really hard.
So if anyone caught fish, it means that you're a better fisherman than Dougie.
Yeah.
We all know
Well done.
it's not that hard, but that's okay.
Yesterday they bit, the day before they bit, but they didn't bite today. They're on the sounder everywhere, Stu, but they stopped biting. And they're good shows too.
Yeah. And look, we had a few customers that went swimming and stuff today, like spearing and stuff like that, where you are allowed to go. But they said, Dougie, there's not as many fish as there should be for this time of year.
Yeah,
so look, currents and stuff like that, Dougie, you said it was running uphill?
Yeah, it was running uphill. It was running north at about around a knot to maybe 1.5 out the 24s.
Yeah.
Which is quite fast to the north. The water was blue, but it was also full of turned over bottom stuff from a northerly recently, I guess.
Yeah.
A lot of little weird stuff in the water. But the temperature was 27.6 in close, which amazed me because what did bite today was a snapper. The snapper bit well. We weren't really prepared for it, but we got a few, and I see on Facebook today there's quite a lot of snapper caught. Yeah. So. Yeah. This weekend, we're talking snapper. Obviously, the mackerel closure's on now for Spanish. You can still go catch spotties though, Stuart, but you can't catch Spanish.
Yep.
Well, you're not meant to be targeting them until the 22nd of March is when you can go back out and do it again. But snapper are good. There's snapper on the bite on the 24s this morning. Size not too bad, and I know the guys at 36s, particularly down the south way, did really well. Northeast probably not too bad as well. 50,000s, there's a few snapper caught as well. I know Paul went out and got some few snapper, and he got a nice king as well. Yep. Up northeast, 50s. There's a bit of current out there though. It's actually running to the south out wide, but in close it's running to the north.
It's still not like that weird backhead here.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that is correct. But normally I get a current running north. It's actually quite cool, but it's quite warm. So yeah. So snapper fishing, what it's all about. So this morning we didn't have much in the way of lures for snapper. That is, we have obviously lures for mackerel, but not for snapper. But if I was going to go out tomorrow and fish for snapper or Saturday, I would be using these, Stewie. Which are
smaller squid tracks, Dougie. So there mustn't have been much current this morning?
No, not just a little bit to the north. But the weight on those two...
14 grams.
14 grams, mate.
Product knowledge straight off the top of my head. Didn't even read the package, but anyway, that's all right. We won't go into that.
These come in I was away.
They did not.
So these things are really good. So if you drop these down, guys, on your flatty gear, like sort of 15-pound braid, 20-pound braid, probably 20 to 30-pound fluorocarbon leader, and just work them slowly, you'll get smashed out there. So on the snapper. The other thing that works really well, Stewie, as we've been doing this one many years, this type of rig with a bit of skirt on them, twin hook rig, half a pilly, definitely. That's what we're using today. They work really well.
And Dougie, I noticed that we tie them in shop, obviously, but all on Lumo hooks, mate.
All on Lumo hooks and fluorocarbon leader, of course. Yeah, and
so
Lumo.
It's not just a slap together rig; it's actually quite well made.
Quite well done. And they coincide with Lumo sinkers. Now we have, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different colour Lumos. Lumo green, Lumo pink, Lumo blue, Lumo white, Lumo green, and another Lumo blue, a dark blue. But guys, the Lumo sinkers do make the difference. Now this morning, I don't know if it's because I'm a better fisherman or not, but I got most of the bites and I was using a Lumo sinker though, so you could maybe balance up one or the other, but definitely did make an advantage. The other thing we used today, actually Lee and Buddy, we lost them both on the reef and had one, because we weren't really prepared for snapper, guys, we were chasing mackerel, but We actually were just using these, or Liam was using these as a paternoster, and they caught fish as well, as they do. Yep, and they go from sort of 2.0s up to about a 7.0. I use these on pearlies out wide, I use them on everything, and obviously it's all in fluorocarbon as well, and the branch is obviously less, are stronger than the branch is less as stronger than the main line, but they're a great rig. They're 2-hook rigs, there's two lots in a box. So they work really well on snapper. So if you haven't chased pearlies or snapper this weekend, we're fishing down the 24s, sort of just south of the diamond, and about off Q1, I guess.
Yep.
And there's really good fish shows on the bottom, and it was a terrible bite period today, but they bit well. So I think the next few days are similar. So yeah, go chase snapper, and maybe get the mackerel a bit of a swerve until the moon comes right again, and the closure starts to open up again. Other than that, Stu, there's been a few dolphin fish around, like you said. There's been the odd marlin, been a couple of blue marlin out wide. There's been some good bottom fish out wide, some big pearlies and big flamies and barcod and stuff like that. But there is a little bit of current, but a little bit of current's good. It's running at about 1.8 to 2 knots out wide in about that 300 metre mark at the moment to the south. But that brings the fish on, so that's all good.
Yep.
Yeah. Other than that, Stewie, there's a lot of little baby tuna everywhere. I mean, like everywhere. They were on. I was at Mermaid Reef this morning as well. They're at Mermaid. They're at 24s, 18s. They're just everywhere. They're about this big. I don't know if they're Watsons or we didn't actually try for them. But if you took out some little medals around that sort of 20 gram to 30 grams, 35 maybe. And light gear, and they were coming out next to the boat like 20 metres away, easy casting distance, so you catch as many as you want. Yep. Yeah, so good for bait and good to eat as well, sort of sashimi and stuff like that. So other than that, spanner crabs was a bit of current, so if you want to try for spanner crabs, just be careful the current doesn't suck your pots down, but I dare say you'll catch them. And there's probably about it for offshore at the moment. Until we get some better weather. There's a bit of good weather sort of Saturday, Sunday. It gets up around 15 knots after lunch, but then it drops out again in the afternoon. In the mornings to about midday are about 8 to 10 knots, so it's pretty good, not too bad, doable. But snappers to go, as we said. Okay, inshore, Stu, what's happening up the jumping pin area, mate? You've been up there, have you, recently?
Just prawning.
Prawning.
Other than that, but not a lot of fishing. But look, you got a really good tide for that. First of the run-in tide should be low tide around about 6. I'm going to take a stab in the dark.
Tomorrow around about 6, that's correct.
Yeah. But so that first push of the run-in, get up in that shallow stuff, throw unweighted yabbies up in the new lagoons up the pin. Definitely lots of whiting still up there. And still a few flatties around up there as well in that area.
Tailor when the water clears up a bit.
On that run-in tide, definitely. So heaps of little froggies and small bait coming through the pin bar. And there's always tailor just around the mouth of, say, Duck Creek type area, all that area, waiting for that bait to turn up.
And the prawns, Stu?
Prawns, look, I haven't heard much this week, but this weekend is definitely the weekend. Very good tides.
Yeah, so
I think Saturday we've got like 400 to 600 mil of movement, so hardly anything. So you'll catch prawns all day. So low tide, pretty good. That run in, a little bit of cleaner water coming through the bay, hopefully. So we're talking like Southern Bay Islands, so Lamb, Carragara, Maclay, Redland Channel, Coochie up the top, but all that type of area.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so those small tides obviously makes it easier for prawning. So we got a million different types of but we've got quite a few different brands of top pocket cast nets, and we can do a good deal on them as well. Just pop in the shop, people teach you how to cast it as well. If you want to learn. Crabs too. I've got a couple of customers that have been doing really well in the Logan and around sort of Russell area. In the creeks there, so they've been doing really well. So big muddies and quite good numbers as well. Other than that, that's probably about it. I haven't heard of any threadies, Stu?
Nah, I haven't heard of any since that rain, They like that dirty water. I mean, they're used to it, but it kind of flushes them out and then they come back.
Okay. So we'll head down towards the Broadwater way. So I know there's been plenty of whiting around the back of wave break still and crab, those areas. Although this week with the run-in tide early in the morning, I'd probably be fishing for flatties along Curragee, maybe crab. North side of crab, and probably up around the Aldershot, so I reckon it'd be worth a crack as well.
So like trolling works good this time of year, Doug. You cover a bit of ground, find the fish.
They're the new Shimano little lures.
Little bantam embers. These things got that little rattle in them, and they've got a flash as well.
Flash boost.
And they're going to smack it.
Good
hooks, run them straight out of the box, sharp as.
Nothing wrong with trolling for flatties. So when you find where they are, then you can actually pull up and pull the lines in and start casting that same area. And you'll do quite well with things like this little fuse bait here or that biwa.
Yeah, so fuse, those little ones there, the little fin bait, they've always been one of our favourites. Very good for this time of year. All the bait is a lot smaller. And biwa, little curly tails, these are made out of like a stretchy type material. And they're buoyant duggies. So, I mean, they sit up really good.
Yeah, they do.
And especially when you use it on like a jig head that does sit up. So something like a little football head or a mushroom head or a Ned head style.
So we've just got the S tackles back in stock again. We were out them for a little while there, but we've got a whole range of this from baby 1/6 ounce up to about ½ ounce in all sizes. They do a football jig head and the Ned lock style.
Yep.
Yeah, very, very good. Stewie, prawns, casting those. There's a few, obviously prawn time now, so casting those are in the flats are going to produce flatties as well.
Yeah, that's right. And like especially this with this tide, all of those weed beds are exposed. So all those little shrimps and prawns have to scurry out, otherwise they're dry. And as soon as that tide turns, they get straight back up in that shallow stuff, Dougie. So I mean, throwing this stuff lightly weighted, fish it very slowly off that drop off, and the flatties are just sitting on that drop off waiting for them. So.
Yeah, so try around, as I said, around Crab Island, the northern side, to get up amongst those little slots between the banks. And as soon as that tide starts to push in, just start working the edge of the banks until it gets over the banks. As Stewie said, switch then to prawn lures or something like that. Whiting, the same deal again. As soon as that tide starts to creep up, it's actually really good tides this week.
It's really good,
for whiting as well. So back away break and the banks opposite Aqua Building and even opposite the swimming pool at Southport. All those banks there, once they start to flood a bit, just fish unweighted yabbies is really good as well. And if you want to have a go at little stick baits or little poppers, we've got a whole range here that suit whiting as well. Stewie, other than that, a few sand crabs have still been around. I just can't believe there's sand crabs. But they've been around, and one of my mates got a heap of muddies this week as well. So a lot of muddies around the Aldershots area. The mouth of Coomera area. And surf fishing, there's got to be darts. So like I see a few dart getting caught on everything at the moment.
Yeah, lots of whiting as well in those shallow gutters.
So worth a crackle on the spit there around the pump and jetty and maybe back down around SeaWorld there, opposite SeaWorld. And if you live down south, I've definitely tried Mermaid and maybe down around sort of Pottsville or Hastings Point area, Fingal, Cabrita. All that area is really good. Fish yabbies, fish pippies, or fish worms. Okay. And Stewie, what else have we got for in the Broadwater and surf? Not much else.
That's about it, mate.
Yeah, a few trevally around up the river at night on poppers and stick
baits.
It has been.
Yeah.
So get
behind
up around
TSS stretch.
Yeah. And if you're land based, try the Cascade Gardens area on that run in tide. It pushes through at night time. You get trevally working, so you can fish actually from the shoreline and then cast poppers around the little Talabudger Creek. It's called. There's a big eddy area there. You'll see it, and that you'll hear the fish chopping around there. Also around the boys' school at TSS. If you've got a boat, just along that rock wall edge, they get there as well. And maybe have a crack up around the council chambers, or Hotter it's called now, on the southern side of that where the canal comes in. That entrance there is a great spot for them as well, for trevally at night. Okay, let's go to the dam, Stu. What's that on the dam, mate? So
dam, mate, obviously that water is still fairly high. We've still got runoff coming through. We haven't had rain for a couple of days, which is a good change, but it's still pretty high. It's still running out.
Yeah.
So it's running on, like there's still a lot of that freshly covered vegetation. Surface lures first thing in the morning, Dougie, always a good option.
Yeah, this is a new Bass Day one we got in, Stu. You know the name straight off the top of my head there. Yeah. Anyhow.
You knew the brand, what's the name? I can't read it. You're doing better than me.
Bass Day.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah, okay. So,
Yaminana Sniper.
They are.
Something like that. I don't know, but they'll snipe a couple of bass.
You can either walk it on the surface, guys, or you can just sort of hop it just along the top. Wait, let it dissipate, the rings dissipate, move it again, bang, go. But surface lure is a great thing to do early morning, as you said, Stuart, late afternoon.
Yeah, and these have got that little blade underneath. I mean, I don't know if you can see it there, but lots of noise, Doug.
Yeah, so Japanese, just quality plus.
Run off water, a little bit dirtier. They'll see it, they'll hear it.
They're good. And Stu, I hear we're talking about freshwater. You're going to go away for a couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks down, mate.
Yeah.
Chasing barra.
Yeah, I am.
And saltwater fish as well.
That's right.
North.
So I'm going north.
You're heading north.
I'm going north. Yeah.
Not to Alaska, but you're heading north to
Proserpine.
Proserpine.
Yeah.
And maybe even further north again.
That's right. Just up the road.
Yeah. So you got a few barra trips organised, mate?
Yeah, a couple of days at Faust and then further north from that. So a bit around Bowen and towns.
Okay.
Yeah, should be good.
If you see Stu on the highway, give him a wave, tow on his boat.
Whatever.
If you see him on the dam, follow him.
Yeah.
It'll be good trips too. So take care, mate. Enjoy it. And unfortunately, you've got to put up with me for the next couple of weeks, so hopefully the ratings don't go down. But anyhow, so let's do it.
We're going from an all-time slump because everyone's been dealing with me anyway, so it's all right.
No, all good, mate. Okay, buddy. So, guys, enjoy this weekend. Just so you know, our next seminar coming up, we're not going to do it for a couple of weeks, because we just need to make sure that they're going to be here, and we'll get out there and do a couple of trips and check it out. But we'll be doing it on chasing wahoo and little yellowfin tuna, but mainly wahoo. So that'll be probably around, I think it's Thursday the 14th or 15th. I'm not quite sure what the date is. Or the 22nd, around about that time. Whatever that Thursday is and around that time, that's when we'll do it. We'll keep you informed on that one for our next seminar. Until then, please be safe out in the water. Enjoy it. Go get your prawns, your crabs, your snapper, or whiting or flatties, whatever you're going to chase, and enjoy it. Thank you very much. Thank you, Bert, from Don't forget to follow us on our YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram pages. And Stu, good luck, mate.
Thanks,
you don't need luck, mate. You're like a fish whisperer.
We'll see.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Too easy. Thanks,
Cheers.
guys.
Bye.
See ya.